Hello, everybody. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers in a night. This Dom, the darling old man. Hello, ATAS antenna users. Hello, Yaesu 891, 991s users, and what other radios in the Yaesu line that operate the ATAS antenna. This video is for you. I'm going to share a scenario. Please listen up and see if any of this makes sense. I am an unprofessional, not educated. These are life experiences I'm going to share. Now, I went out 2 days ago and operated off of my two batteries I carry, a 15 amp and a 20 amp Biano. Great product. And I sat in the car because of liquid sunshine. It was called rain. So the first day that I went out, I set the radio up and I spent 4 hours, I'll shorten the story, 4 hours playing in the car with tuning it between the different bands because I don't stay on one band. You can't get a lot of contacts if you stay on one band. And on my particular 891, I utilize that ATAS 120 on 40, 20, 17, 15, 12, 10, and 6. You heard me right. That's exactly what I said. But here's what we're talking about. Sometimes, and it happened the other day, and I didn't think nothing about it. It happened the other day, I hit the tune button. And it did not do its normal tune. It went into long, I got you mode. And I'm sitting there saying, what is going on? So I disconnected the battery and started over again. I could not get it to tune right properly. So I said, forget it. I hooked it up to the car battery, decided to, start the car and head out to the park. Tuned up perfect. No problem. Good to go. So when I got back to the park, I connected to the battery because I don't want to do what I did before and run my car battery down. And I hooked up to the other battery. No problem. Way it go. Hit tune. Up and down the band it went. And I went on 20, 40, 15, 12, 10, and 6. Went back to 40, went back to 20, went back to 15. Chasing all the contacts because I tell you what, the upper bands are moving. And just before this evening ended, actually mid-morning, I hit the tune button again. And guess what? I done pushed that battery too because out it went. I had made a lot of contacts, well over 300, between the 2 days, 540 contacts, okay? But the thing is, my belief is that when the power availability of the battery has been consumed to a certain point, the 891 and the ATAS are not shaking hands very well. When I went from the portable battery back over to the automobile battery with the car running, not a problem. Up and down tuned, I says, well, that's obviously the problem. And I do push my radio 80 watts. And if anybody's ever followed my pileups, I stay pretty busy all the time. So, ATAS users, If you have a second battery, make sure they're both fully charged. Go out and push one to its limit and do your testing. And if you find all of a sudden it's hanging up, it's not completing its cycle, switch over to the refreshed battery, we'll say, the one that has not been abused yet, and go through the process, and I guarantee you it's going to work fine until you have put that battery at the level where it's not giving enough to the radio to function with the ATAS antenna. Everything that I'm voicing to you is an opinion. I am not a professional. I had a gentleman contact me today via email. And before we did a lot of talking, I asked him to explain his scenario of his tuner, antenna tuner, ATAS, radio, the combination thereof. And he explained it almost to like what I'm talking about here. So I, in turn, explained to him what I've shared with you folks, and he says that makes a whole lot of sense. So we're sharing it and just putting it out there for thought for those that run the ATAS with the Yaesu line radios that it's designed for. Take your two batteries if you can, even if it's a little 6-amp battery, just to check it out and see what you come up with. Otherwise, I hate spending money. I hate it with a passion. But the ATAS is one of the best investments I ever made because I didn't have to climb on the side of a car when it's pouring down rain and slip and fall. I'm 70 plus years of age, so it's kind of hard to get the bones up. And when I fall down, it takes me a while to figure out how to get back up. So that's why I invested in this antenna. It does a fine job. And I've got 700 and some activations, so it's been working well between that and the KO4 Fox Sierra Zulu's antennas. He builds my antennas. He builds antennas for any and all folks. 73s, I hopefully have answered a question or two or put a thought process in the back of your head, so if it happens again, you can think about it on your end. Let me know. Thanks for your time. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers. I'm not. Just Dom, the darling old man waiting on the Lord.